Good morning. This is Harry Jacobs, and I am the North of 60 Gamer, and this is the North of 60 Gaming channel, and welcome. Today we have a couple of topics. First of all, I want to talk about what's going on in the Yellowknife a little bit. This is the North of 60 channel, and I do live in Yellowknife, and that is above 60 degrees north. So, first of all, a big shout out to the MJ MacPherson's volunteers. Right now, Yellowknife is in the midst of a contact mess of COVID. There's been a number of contact isolations going on, which means these people cannot leave their homes for anything. So, they have started a volunteers Facebook site where you can go in and people post their requests, and then you can go on if you want. And if you're a Yellowknife resident, try to help somebody out, like pick up a prescription or go get their groceries or even walk their dog. So a big shout out to the community that is rallying around these families that are isolated in their homes. We did have some issues with contacts over the last week. Some of the city is sort of cracking down. Masks are mandatory in all public places. So I just want to make sure that everybody understands that, please, if you can help some of the Yellowknife people who are in isolation, go over to the Facebook MJ MacPherson volunteers page, and I will put that down in the description when this goes up. And if you can help, please do. Another thing that I want to bring up is I want to just shout out to Coyotes. They're doing an isolation special. If you buy 2 entrees, 2 kids get to eat for free. Just their way of trying to help. So do support Coyotes Restaurant and Bistro here in Yellowknife. And they deliver. They have contactless delivery. So they will help you where you can. Ed is a nice friend. Tell him Harry sent you. If you talk to Ed, say Harry sent you. And that way he knows you watched what I'm doing here. So, again, a big shout out to those in our community, not just Coyotes, but everybody in my community who is rallying to help those people that have all those contact people who are stuck in their house. Great. Now what I want to talk about is a topic came up the other day, and I was looking at it, and I thought to myself, what a great discussion this would be. So I'm going to give you some of my thoughts. I did steal this off Board Game Revolution. If you're not a member, there are 40K members. Jump in. They talk a lot about games. You'll see a lot of games posted. There are designers that hang out there, meet new people, ask questions about games. They have a couple of sites called BG41 Games or Board Games for One. And you can check them out as well. That site is particular to solo gaming. I hang around there. Say hi. My name is Harry, and I am the North of 60 Gamer, and you will see my icon. So say hi. So the topic is, how important is a catch-up mechanic? So what is a catch-up mechanic? In my mind, or my opinion, the catch-up mechanic is a game that allows players who are not doing as well in the first bit of the game to catch up. Now, I have played a lot of games, and one of my favorite games, Terraforming Mars, is one of the most ridiculous games that does not really have a catch-up mechanic in it. You can, and I have caught up only through careful planning, but the catch-up mechanic, if somebody races away, all you can do is wave goodbye to them in terms of the game itself. So with Terraforming Mars, I have seen those runaway games where you can just wave goodbye, and it's very frustrating as a player that all you can do is watch a player do really, really well as you struggle through the games. Now, there is a little bit of randomness and engine building. I mean, if you don't get those cards, you've really stuck with what you've got. And so, be that as it may, it's still a great game. It's still one of my top 10 games in the house. I get requests from my friends to come over and play it, not while we're in isolation, of course. But a really good example of a catch-up mechanic was Everdale. I think when we're talking about catch-up mechanics, I think we're talking about strategic play that people are playing the long game. In other words, they're looking at it and saying, I see a guy getting a lot of points right now. Oh my God, I'm falling behind. But, you know, there are mechanics that I can take advantage because he's not paying attention to them. So I did that in Everdale, where I was able to come from behind because I was playing the long game. And in the last turn, it was like bang, 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 and like a lot of points. Now, I didn't win, but I came within a couple points of the leader. I went from fourth place to second place. Dune Imperium is another good example. If you play the long game, I have a friend who's a military friend. He is, he's going after the battles, and that's a good strategy. A lot of points up front, a lot of resources, all that good stuff. But I was able to play the long game. I got some intrigue cards. I was able to fulfill the end game intrigue cards. I was able to get a couple of those spice cards that are very expensive at 9 coins, I believe. And at the end of the turn, when I'm at 8 and he's sitting at 11, and we get to let's get it, down go the intrigue cards, down go the spice cards. Next thing you know, I am ahead and I win 12 to 11. So should we or should we not have a catch-up mechanic? I say yes. I think catch-up mechanics are the long game, and I think we need to play games, have multiple ways of getting to the end, whether it is through a lot of points, very quickly, small points, or coming in at the end with a bang full of points and winning the game. I love doing that because you can see those AP guys that strategize every turn to milk every turn for the points, and then all of a sudden at the end they go, I wasn't watching for that. Well, now you're going to be more careful, and then the next game, I would have to readjust my strategy. So I think the long game mechanic or catch-up mechanic is great. I think it's belongs in a game. If you want to play games that don't have that, stick to Monopoly because there's only two ways that game ends. Somebody goes bankrupt, or somebody survives bankruptcy and everybody else falls off the world, or somebody takes the board game totally frustrated and flips it up. So this is my coffee bit. I didn't even show you my coffee cup. I do have it here, and it's being washed out by the green screen. There it is. I have a cup of coffee in there. You can see it. It's in there. And I'm going to have a sip. We're going to go down to the Kickstarter in a moment, and we're going to discuss some of those Kickstarter that I picked out this morning. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, at least 5. I thought I had 6 this morning. But we have at least 5 sitting here. So we're going to do that, and we're going to do that right now. And here we are at the Kickstarter page. So what is going on in Kickstarter this week? Let's take a look at the first game I collected or looked at is Proliferation, the game of nuclear strategy. Get ready for Proliferation, a strategy card game where you can nuke your friends. Who doesn't want to nuke their friends? They got 42 days to go, so they must have had at least 45 days. I don't know what the maximum is here. They only have 68 backers. They've collected $21,000 out of the $61,000. I have to say, when a designer picks more than about 30 days, red flags go off, thinking that he doesn't have a lot of confidence that this game is going to fund. War Games LV is their first created game. They are from Las Vegas. And so let's take a look at the Kickstarter. It's a 2 to 9 player game, which is kind of cool. We don't get a lot of 2 to 9 player games. Looks like rather quickly, 30 to 90 minutes with 14 plus. The Proliferation is the economy edition. So you can see the card. So it's card based, obviously, and some dice and some nuclear tokens here. That is the economy edition. Upgrade with neoprene mat. So I guess the basic difference between the regular edition and the standard edition is the neoprene mat. Neoprene mats are nice. $20, $25 for neoprene mat. Yeah, that's about right. Yeah. And then the collector's edition for $199. I'm going like, okay, it looks like we have some really cool tokens here. But is it worth $199? Well, there's 600 cards in every edition. Well, that's good. There's card types. We have events, globalizations, trade agreements, nukems, defense systems, sanctions. I don't know how this game plays. Phases of the game, policy phase, open floor. Looks like it's going to deliver in November. I don't believe that for 1 second. I would say this is a March or April game. I always add 6 months. Here's the creators playing it on 3x5 cards. Connect with us. No mention about shipping. No. Buddy explaining the game. No previewers. Nothing. I myself look at this and go, yeah, no. So $45, the economy, what do you get? The 540 playing cards, country cards, six-sided dice, instruction, 78 diplomacy expansion, 84 win tokens, 9 nuclear sanction tokens. The standard edition looks like it's the neoprene mat that makes the difference. And then with the deluxe version, I guess, oh, we have game mats and neoprene mats for advanced diplomacy expansion, mushroom cloud, so upgraded components for $199 US. Sorry, guys, I don't see this as $199 at the best. I'm thinking good luck to them. And if you want a master tier, $10,000. They have a backer for $10,000 for this master tier. I'm not buying this, guys. I'm not saying that you should or shouldn't back it, but I am not buying this. The fact is that somebody kicked in $10,000 for what looks like probably what is a good $45 game, maybe $70 because it's got a ton of cards. Definitely not $190 for collector's edition. I have a feeling that this isn't going to back. I'm not particularly too thrilled with this particular page. It's missing some elements. I get that it's not a solo game, but that's okay. But it just doesn't. There's something here when I look at the cards. The artwork is kind of like, no, guys. I'm going to steer away from it because this is all about me and what I'm looking at. But you can make your own decisions. Have a look at it. It's Proliferation. It is on Kickstarter. Next up, Dominations. I own Dominations. I have not backed this yet. I own the base game from the last one. This is a reprint plus an expansion. I could just get the expansion. This, in theory, should be a great game. I have played it. We have taken it to the table, and it just seems long for a game that should just be tile laying and some resource management. One of the big issues I have is that the cards are small. If you're playing for the first time, there is a lot of cards that you have to work through as you build out your city. Let me see if I can find out there. Where is it? There you are. As you build out this city, you have to buy cards from the resources that you collect here, and the mechanic there is absolutely wonderful. I love the mechanic, and it should work, but the cards are small here. I can't read it. The storage solution is good, but then you got to pull the cards out, and you're trying to read it. The game went on far too long when you're playing with new players. I already own it. I may back it just for the returning backers. I have not decided. It doesn't come to the table. So I'm not really sure whether it's really worth the extra $35 plus shipping to add something to a game that I'm not playing. I have not even opened any of these 4 expansions that came with the game originally or 2 expansions. The only thing I'd be buying it for is the bigger box, which is probably good, and this Empire pack. Again, guys, let's just take a look at the price. If you're just buying a returning backer, it's £35, $52. I have no problems with this. This is a $225 Canadian game, 150 euros. Sorry, it's euros. And it'll ship any in the world. Let's take a look at the shipping down here. We do have some videos. Here we are. Looks like John Gets Games. Dice Tower. I don't know if they're updated. They've just been around for a while. Let's just see. Group 2, Canada, €25. So you're looking at a $275 Canadian investment for this. I'll tell you what, guys, contact me. I'll sell you my copy. Put it in, just reach out. I'll sell you my copy and send it to you. Um, I don't play it, so I don't know whether this is a game. It's not a game I would back based on what I know now about the game. I'm not saying that you shouldn't, and I think it's already funded. The mechanic is wonderful. I'm probably going to get it because I'm a completionist, but I don't know whether I would want to jump in for a game that is, in theory, a wonderful game, but in the execution, it's really not. It's a little hard to play, only because of the fiddly little things that you have to do in the game. But don't let me sway you. Take a look at this game. It's Dominations. It is the deluxe version. But for those who own it, definitely €35, $50 for that plus a little shifting, so €60. That's probably going to be close to $80 for an expansion. I don't know whether it's worth it or not. I'm going to have to really think about it for a game that doesn't come to my table. My Father's Workshop by Renegade. You can see $592,000 out of the $12,000 they were trying to receive. Over 5,000 backers. You can see it churning up. I've heard different things. I'm a little leery, but this is now they're playing on the fear of missing out, the FOMO. This is going to be a Kickstarter only, and Renegade is not a small studio. They have some great games. I have a number of their games in my collection. I don't know why it's going to be a Kickstarter. It does show some weakness because they're playing on that fear of missing out. I don't know. But it's a game about experimenting, getting resources. I think there's everything in this game looks absolutely wonderful. Look at the game trays. It's a narrative-based game. There's the village board itself. There's the estates, the experiments. Look at that. You got a werewolf, like almost like a Frankenstein. Maybe it's everything Abomination isn't, perhaps. The madness cards. You got ingredients. Ooh, coffins and various animals. That's my thing that says my workday is going to start. We have minis, and the minis have roles, and the roles are based on what stand you put them in. Gather. So you've got your what do we have here? Gather resources phase, perform experiments, expand, complete your masterwork. We have a Father's Work by Game Boy Geek. Who else is here? Looks like Renegade's third board game coffee. So we've got some people jumping in. So I don't think there's much to dislike about this. Let's just go down to shipping. We've unlocked a ton of stretch goals. $21. Okay, that's basically a good game. The new generation. So we have $99, $122 Canadian. Thank God the Canadian dollar is really doing well, or else this game would be $130. You're basically getting the game and the stretch goals, and then the retailer pledge. This does look like a $122 game based on today. It looks like there's a ton in the box. So please have a look at this game. I've got it saved. I'm pretty sure I'm going to jump into this at some point, but I just want to think about it. I can only really back one game in May, and this might be the one, but I don't know. This next choice is a tough one for me. Glory, the second edition, $7,000 Canadian of a $10,000 goal, 26 days to go. He is from Grand Prairie, Alberta, which is Canada, which is south of me. Grand Prairie, I've been through. It's a wonderful little town. I want to support him, so I'm going to make sure I put a remind me on there. This is the second edition. This is a dry erase boards that you're using. I did see a little bit of the playthrough. This is his second created. It is a reprint. He hasn't done anything else. I don't know how it plays. It looks kind of like a Hexplorit light. Plenty of cards. The artwork is, I don't mind that artwork. We have some ability cards, which are one time or two times, as you can see, type cards. Everything is finished so that you can use dry erase on it. Layer cards, which are your monsters that would go up in the corners. You can see the layers here. We have standees. The deluxe version comes with these foiled dragon shine cards, a PVC map. Um, Here's a bit of the gameplay. You can build your, looks like you can build your inventory. You get your abilities. You got some quest cards. How you move. You can move. You can move two if roll equals two. So you can roll, and if you move, if you're two, you roll a two. You can move for two, or you can move for one and take a health back. I believe. I think I watched a little bit of the of Board Game Geek on it. Not a lot in the way of play here. The designers are playing it. Shipping in Canada is $10. That's good for Canada. That's good. Um, this is an okay campaign. I think Jeremy. Anytime a Canadian backer comes up, I think we should, as Canadians, back it. It's 1 to 4 players, 90 minutes. It looks like it's a cross between somewhere between Legends of Novice, Hexplorit, with the dry erase where you're keeping track of things. I don't know. Guys, I will let you look at this, let you decide. I think it deserves a look. I think it's kind of fun. I've got it saved here. I hope that, I hope for it does, it does fun. There are a number of designers here in Alberta now. That's Grand Prairie, Edmonton, and Calgary that have designers, which is wonderful. So, Jeremy, let's look for a successful campaign and let me know how I can help you. Skyline Express. I think this is going to back. You can churn it. It's only the first day or second day. I think I looked at it a little bit yesterday. Upper Venetia. It is. It looks like we got some good inserts here. This guy's well known. We got Metro City, Pocket Mars, Alchemist. So not the first time creator here. It is a tile laying game of some sort. I looked a little bit about the gameplay. It looks like there's a lot. Oops, felt tip pens. That's a roll and write. So they looks like they have a roll and write as well. How to play. You're going to get some people and put them in spots, and then you're going to pick a preference tile. Again, I'm going to have to watch. Does not look like there are any. Oh, there we are. There's Rado. Well, that's good. If Rado's looking at it, looks like we've got a number of really good content creators jumping in on the bandwagon here. So it can play it on Tabletopia. That's a plus. Download the rulebook, a quick guide, a fun solo experience. So it's not an afterthought. They've given you some solo play in the game without stretch goals. Looks like there's a scenario book. Oh, print and play. You can get the roll and write. You can get an all-in group pledge, which is nice. That would be good if you're 6 for game with expansion. Oh, okay. So we got rolls and writes, stretch goals. Looks like we're going to blow past those, I'm sure. What is Canada? United States does not include China. Canada, 20 euros. So if I was to buy both, it's 30 euros. Oof. Let's take a look at the price of this game. The roll and write's only 12 euros, so 22 euros. So about $30. That's about right for a Euro game. Skyline Express, not particularly expensive. Looks like 42. If you go all in, it's 50 euros with 30 euros as a shipping. My general rule of thumb is if my shipping is over half of the cost of the game, I'm not going to do this. I don't think this is worth about 100 and well, 30 would be $120. I would really have to think about this. I think for me, this is a retail game. I don't think it really offers much in the way of custom inserts, doubled layer, custom dice. So you're going to get the stretch goals that you might not get in the retail edition, but I think the retail edition will be good enough. So, but I think I'll be steering away from this just because of the cost of the game, and I can't really back that many games in May. Lastly, I just want to bring to your attention, this is coming up. I think the Kickstarter is going off on on the 6th of May, pretty soon. I saw this. I have a review copy coming, and I can't wait. It should be here today. I'm going to get it on my table. This is almost like the anti-game of life. It's a parody, a game without going bankrupt or committing suicide. So basically, this is a game where they stack trauma upon trauma. So instead of getting married, you're going to get divorced. Instead of buying a car, your car is going to break down. I don't know whether or not we should play some country music in the background as we play this game. It looks like the makings of a really good country music song. I'm sorry, guys. I don't really like country music. Um, I'm looking forward to the this project. Stephen Coe seems to be nice. I will be getting this game hopefully in the next day because I'd like to get the onto the table, reviewed, open boxed, and get a little of a playthrough go so we can get it up for him for the Kickstarter. I'm very, very excited about this. I hope you will be excited about it. I am going to put the link below in my comment section. So if you want to click on it for the notify me by launch, I really would like to do that. So that is today's Coffee and Kickstarter. I've got to start my day. I've got 7 minutes to go. So I've got to get ready. I've got a slate full of meetings to go. If you like what you saw today, please hit the like button. If you want to subscribe to my channel, please do. My channel is growing, and I appreciate every one of you who come into my community and into my life as a subscriber, as well as if you want to see more notifications and see more videos, hit the bell. So guys, that is the end of this video today. I thank you very much. We will talk to you all later.